Death Watch.
Okay, welcome back. So last time we had ended, there had been a battle against some undead and a bugbear cleric, and got a little dicey, but you were victorious, and the cleric and another undead that focused mostly on Casimir that you had not seen before fled from the battle and left these bloated corpse-like undead behind, and then you destroyed them, and that leaves you alone in this cavern now, and they had all fled, to the east or to the right of you. So as a reminder, this cavern, there seems to be something playing with the light in the sense that you're not seeing as far as your elf eyes would normally let you see. And I think that probably covers it for reminders. So there was a corpse. Well, I should say there was a body lying on the ground at the feet of that bugbear cleric when you first encountered him. And there we are. So you hear no more sounds of footsteps as they fled away from you. And now you're in a silent cavern once again. What do you do?
We need to go after him.
Yeah, I'm in agreement.
We don't know what they can bring back to us, what they can bring down on us. So
yeah, let's keep an eye out as well, Rowan, for a potential spot that we could go back to and possibly fortify if we need to.
Already got your pajamas on, don't you?
Yep.
So it looks like the cave kind of splits a little bit here.
Are you talking about down to the right a little?
Yeah, it goes down to the right, and then it goes just straight to the right.
Hang on a second. I'll fix that right up. It actually doesn't.
I was going to head down and check out the body.
There's actually a wall over here that I forgot to put up, so there. Okay, so checking out the body. So, Rohan, you had been the first one to see it because you had spotted that bugbear, and I had said that it was humanoid, but clearly, bigger and more muscular than an elf.
Yeah.
But you couldn't recognize it from where you were. And I said that it was also dressed all in red. So as you approach it, you see... You approach this body. As you come to stand over it, you can see it's breathing.
Okay.
And it's wearing red, loose-fitting clothing, but tightened around, like ankles and wrists. And it has a cloak on and the hood drawn, and that's obscuring its face from you. So you can't tell yet what it is as you come stand over it, only that it's breathing. But also there is blood coming out from under the hood. It's like laying on its stomach, and so its hood's covering its head, but you can see blood trickling out underneath it.
Okay, I'll roll it over to see.
Okay, so you bend down and roll it over, and it's very difficult. So it's because this is pretty heavy. You imagine probably close to 300 pounds.
Okay.
And as you roll it over, like the sleeves slip down and you can see just ludicrous amounts of corded muscle and a lot of scars. And you roll it over, and I don't think you guys have ever seen one before. So, but your first thought is orc.
Okay.
That's your first thought as you roll it over, because it's got tusks and it's got a pig-like nose sort of thing going on, and a low brow that's really thick and, sort of a big forehead. But let me get a description here. I don't think you guys ever came up against one of these yet, but it does look orcish. So it's got a shaved head, but its eyebrows are like orange, right? And it's got a growth of stubble, like maybe 2 days without shaving, and that's orange as well. And its skin is sort of reddish orange, a lot like the stone of the lands up above. It's got that reddish, orangish, coloring to it. But then more striking is that its nose is a bright blue that stands out against the rest of its face. And as you roll it over, he groans. You can tell it's a male. He groans, and his eyes sort of flutter as if he's about to come back to consciousness, but he doesn't. And,
I'll reach for my knife.
And
This is the correct thing to do.
it has
And pull out a blade of grass.
tusks on its lower jaw that sort of poke out over its lip. And so what else you see is like I said, it's really heavily muscled. It doesn't have any weapons, but it does have hand wraps on that. They look a little bit tattered, but still well made. And you've seen them before because like some of the people in like festival times in the village will do like bare knuckle boxing, and that's what they put. So you know that's for wrist support or whatever, but no weapons besides that. And it has taken a massive wound to the forehead, and that's what it's bleeding from. And it's a bludgeoning wound, obviously, and you know that bugbear was carrying a morning star, and that seems to fit the pattern.
Okay.
Let me see what else you notice.
I'll call Fenrith over,
Yeah, I'll head over there.
take a look, and see if he'll survive.
Well,
He seems different from the other orcs that we've come across.
Let's see. No hair on his head. He does have thick hair on his chest as well that's blue. The ears are pointed like yours, but they're a lot bigger, and they're angled further away from the head than yours are. Tusks poke from the lower jaw. You notice that he is wearing, the clothing he wears is of exceptional quality, like some of the best that the people in your village could do. Like his boots are very well made. He's got a medallion that hangs, that rests against his chest that has what looks to be a carved image of like the escarpments or the mesas that big mesa you could see up on the surface. Nice belt with some pouches. He's got a ring on the middle of each of his fingers, or middle finger of each hand, and they're wrapped up like I said. So but this is a hobgoblin. I don't think you guys have ever encountered a hobgoblin.
not yet.
So, it looks orcish. It actually only looks orcish because of the size. As you're looking at it, it actually resembles a goblin more than an orc. It's just way bigger.
Had in the library or the books, have we had heard descriptions, I guess, or read descriptions?
Well, you had that book. Let's, just roll a, I don't know, intelligence or something. We'll see if you might have randomly come across it while you were thumbing through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you recognize this. It's, in the book it says it's hobgoblin, and it has a pretty large entry on it.
Why did it have... That would have been a 21. For some reason that had a plus 10 to it. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I was wondering how you had a plus 11 to your intelligence.
That one worked. Okay, I must have.
You might have had
I must have
something
had
in
a
the
modifier in
modifier
there
box.
from when I was creating my macros.
Wow.
He's smarter than us.
All of us combined.
Anyway, the book has a pretty large entry on this particular species, this particular race, and the book does this thing you've noticed in some of the other entries where it's not really taking a firm stand on the truth. If there's multiple theories, it'll write those theories. And so when it comes to the hobgoblins, there's theories that they were created by goblins. There's theories that they were just an odd evolutionary offshoot from goblins. There's also theories that they created the goblins and the bugbears. So there's all sorts of theories. But one thing that it does make clear is that the hobgoblins, they're different from goblins and orcs in the sense that they're generally very well disciplined and well organized. They still are not very nice, and there's been many wars between elves and hobgoblins, and the book says that they seem to hate elves more than anything else. But anyway, so you recognize from that entry that's what this thing is.
Can I do a heal check to see if he will survive his wounds?
Yes.
Or is it obvious?
No, go ahead, do a heal check. Let's see what it says.
Oh.
You pronounce him dead?
Yep.
All right, let's take
Like
his
he's
stuff.
dead.
Yeah, let's
I
start.
don't think he's going to
moving.
make it, guys.
No,
But
with that, what you think that it's, I mean, it could go either way. It's a pretty bad wound to the head. So even if he survives,
I don't think he's going to make it, Graham.
you know, he might not be the same because head wounds like that can do damage to, you know.
Hey, guys, what's this over here?
Well, I just imagine actually that you reached your arm some 60 feet over
Yeah.
to tap me.
He's not going to make it.
So that's got my attention rather than what you were saying, your long,
Was,
stretchy arm.
You got to do a lawful good coup de grace there, Fenrith, and just let him bleed out.
Well, it's 50-50 right now. I can make sure that he makes it if we want that to happen, but I think we should definitely take those rings, his amulet, and anything else that he could use against us.
Yeah, so
before
when
we
you're
do anything
when
like
you're
that.
looking at those, you do catch the brief flicker here and there of a glow. It's blue, like yours. Well, not yours anymore, but blue, not red like the other ones. But it does definitely seem to, just by looking at it, it seems to have magic.
Okay. As if you want, I mean, I can use one of my detect magics, as I have an abundance of those just for this situation.
Oh, we need to be quick if we're going to catch the others. I say we just slit his throat and move on.
Oh, well, we can at least search him, see if he's got anything of interest, and if we,
All right.
I don't know.
Casimir, you want to come with me to track the other two?
I'm sure.
We can range ahead a little bit while you do that, if you can rush to catch up.
Yeah, that's no problem. So, I'll start taking, anything magical, definitely.
Okay.
And then anything else that looks important, as far as writing, any symbolism type stuff.
Okay.
And then afterwards, I'll give Graham the okay to put him down.
Ooh, he gets a gem filled.
He's already down.
Well, kill him.
Be careful how you teach him to coup de grace people.
'Cause,
Not all sleeping people need to be coup de grace.
he's only okay for enemies.
What languages do you read, Fenrith?
That's in notes. Celestial, Common, and Elven, but I do have spell
Comprehend language. I believe.
comprehend languages and tongues if I needed to. But
Okay. So, you go about starting to strip him of these magical things. So you've got an amulet, and the rings, and when you get to his belt, he's got some slots for potions, and you see he's got 3 potions there,
okay.
and they look like heal potions. And the hand wraps themselves are magical. And you find a book, a tiny book, in a pouch on his belt. And it's of interest to you right away because as you grab it and thumb through, you see that it's written in Celestial, which you've hardly ever seen since your lessons, right?
Okay.
And then in that book is another interesting item. It's magical as well. It's a single sheet of paper, and as you pull it up and look at it, an image appears on it, and it's of like a child and a woman, but it's not a drawing. It's like an actual image. Yeah.
Okay. Can I see what race, or can I tell what race it is? Does it look the same as this guy?
Yeah, definitely. It's like a woman and a child hobgoblin.
Oh, okay.
That the child bears a striking resemblance to this guy on the ground.
Yeah, about to be an orphan.
Well, he still would have his mother, unless Graham's going to kill her too.
That's where we're going next.
So we're not chasing these guys. Now we're on a quest to orphan this child.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Well,
okay.
great. Hard times breed men and women of great character, and that's what we're going to do. Is we're going to create the next hero.
That, and in our time, there's hatred between hobgoblins and elves, and we've got to set that up properly.
It's true, I guess.
We've got to restore the timeline.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, so his belt and boots are magical too.
Okay.
Oh, and so is his cloak.
His cloak?
Mm-hmm.
So which way did the bugbear and the skeleton long finger guy go?
They went to the right of where you're at now, of where Casimir is right now. And you can see that for as far as you can see, it narrows down into about a 20-foot wide tunnel and continues on out of sight.
Okay.
Were there any either magic weapons or spell components?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So Casimir, as we move, do you want to stay on like the north side, and I'll stay on the south side of the cavern, so we make sure we don't miss any side passages,
Okay.
and just try and move quickly without walking blindly into traps?
If you want, I got invisibility sphere.
We could do that, but I think our light would probably give us away.
I think it conceals it, doesn't it? I forget. It might seep out. You know.
How big is this sphere?
Let's see.
That could be a good one to catch up to them with.
Well, they'll hear us coming. 10-foot radius. So.
Well, they'll hear you coming.
And then
10-foot radius.
All right. Graham, what did you want to do?
Well, Fenrith has ordered me to execute this creature.
Yeah, Bloodtooth loves that idea. But at the same time, you hear that other voice that's in there, and it's way stronger than you've felt it before, and it does not like that idea.
Yeah, I've pulled Bloodtooth out, and I'm standing before this creature, and I'll ask Bloodtooth, I'm like, are you sure this is the right thing to do? I prefer the honorable way of attacking somebody when they're not expecting it.
Let me drink its life. Let me drink its life.
And what is the other voice saying?
No. Just no. Just that's it. That's all he says. No, but it's very resounding.
Okay, I'll listen to the good voice today, but I'm going to try to fool Fenrith by distracting him and pantomiming, like doing the thing, which he'll be able to figure out right away, but let's go through with it. Hey, Fenrith, there's something in the lake.
What?
See, I'm not a very good bluffer.
should have used intimidate.
Go check the lake, Fenrith.
What would that be? For me, I guess.
Sense motive.
Motive. I could see that he's really not up for murder and mayhem today.
I'm never up for murder and mayhem.
You are murder and mayhem.
Looks like you're going to have to get your hands dirty, cleric.
Okay.
I'll grab my piano wire and
Put your foot on the back of his neck and
All right.
I'll stop him when he goes to do it. I'm
You
like,
you try to fool him,
yeah.
but he sees that you didn't do it. So it looks like he's gonna
I'm disappointed.
start to do it himself.
well, I'll see.
Uh,
Let me take a look here.
disappointed you didn't murder that man in cold blood. That's what our cleric's saying right now.
So yeah, I'll tell him, good job. I'm just going to, give him a once more or once over, make sure I didn't miss anything. So I'll catch up with you. Wait up ahead for me.
But wait, shouldn't you say a few words?
I'm going to do that too.
I want to hear the words.
I'll shout then. Okay.
More than a few. 4,000 words that'd do it.
Are you trying to abandon me here now?
No, I'll be here. I just wanted to hear the rights of the people.
But our
ancient
rights aren't
burial
even that long.
All right.
Just kick dirt on our dead.
Okay, Fenrith, I want you to roll. Do a wisdom check.
Nice.
I am wise.
So what does one get with that kind of wisdom? You gotta have some pearl.
Well, let's see what I'm wise about first. I do actually. I'll hold out this pink pearl. I found this in the ocean.
Trick to saying something wise is it should, if you have a couple of options, it should make both options sound like the right option. That way you're paralyzed with indecision.
What we do here is the right thing.
But what are we doing?
That's right.
Thing.
Whatever it is, baby. Rock and roll cleric.
Hey, kid, don't you worry. I got this all under control.
Just to remind myself that Graham replaced my dagger with a blade of grass.
All right, so Fenrith, you get this feeling that washes over you when you're thinking about finishing this thing off. That you can only be described as a communication from Coralon. That not only should you not do this, but he's disappointed that you're even considering it. So you get like a sick feeling poured through you. That weird sick feeling that you can feel in your stomach that makes sweat pop out on the back of your neck when you're thinking about doing this. But you're still in control of your character. So
Corleone Larathion's gonna steal your spells.
Yeah, don't listen to that guy. He's lame. Come on.
It's just indigestion.
well, you know too because you've read his
Yeah.
book, and you know this is not the sort of thing he expects of a cleric.
It was it. He's like a warrior type, right?
Of him.
So
Yeah.
honorable fight.
He has no problem killing in combat, but just slicing a poor enemy's throat like this is just not in his wheelhouse.
Graham, you kind of have me in a bind here.
Well, now I'll
Would really like for you to kill this guy.
let's see then. There's,
Okay, while this is happening,
Summon something to kill.
meanwhile, as Fenrith
Celestial badger.
wrestles with his conscience,
What am I doing here?
Rohan and Casimir travel on down this hallway, and it's generally, it's relatively straight, and it's a rounded cavern, but the floor has been sort of worn smooth enough that walking on it's not uncomfortable. But
Do you want to be
the
invisible?
ceiling's about.
Do you want invisibility or save it?
Yeah, I'm torn on that. If we have invisibility, our companions can't see us either.
Well, you were right about the light. It can't become invisible, so they would see the glowy.
Okay. Yeah, that might be decent enough to at least make it so they can't target us.
All right.
Anyway, it goes on for a good distance. So after about a minute, which puts us about where Fenrith is wrestling with his conscience, nothing's changed in it.
Okay.
And you roll your listens and spots.
And I guess I'd be trying to move as quietly as possible while maintaining speed.
Okay, so we're still going fairly fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's only going to last 6 minutes. Where is it?
Okay, so just listen.
Yeah.
There they are.
Okay. All right. So Rohan, after about a minute walk in this direction, you recognize that it's difficult to be totally silent here because of the gravel on the floor. But also, you do hear an echo from up ahead of a guttural voice, but you don't pick out words. You can tell by the tone that it's issuing commands.
Okay.
And you can't tell how far ahead, just that it's up ahead. All right.
So what kind of penalty would a move silently be? Is it just the 2 for noisy rubble?
Well, if you're moving at speed, you get bigger minuses.
Yeah.
Too, so.
Yeah, I've got that as well.
Yeah, you'd be looking at a -2 to move silently.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So with the additional speed penalty, it'd be a -7 total.
Yeah, so both of you roll that real quick, and then we'll bounce back to the others.
All right. Oof.
I'm not really trying either, but
Well, that's clear.
yeah. Yeah, there's like no way I could
Yeah.
be stealthy.
Yeah,
So.
you got. Okay, now back to Fenrith. So you are gonna go finish off this hobgoblin, and then you get that feeling wash over you. At the same time, the stone right behind it, like right here. Well, you don't notice right away, but Graham does. So the stone wall, it sort of shimmers, and when it shimmers, and then this form pops out of it, and it rushes towards you, and it takes a second to recognize what it is. At first, you think it's a threat, but then you realize that it's about your size, and it's also a hobgoblin dressed in red, with the same sort of equipment, but he shouts like a panicked shout and dives over this body that's laying on the ground.
That one's alive. You can kill it.
Give it a javelin, Graham.
Yeah, you're the one that notices it first, I guess, if you want to react.
Well, I want to take a moment to get more details
Okay.
about this figure.
So it's
Also, Squawk.
right. So he he's like covering this body on the ground, and he looks up at both of you. And so the details you can pick out are he's got the same blue nose and the orange hair. His head's not shaved. So he's got some pretty frizzy, wild orange hair. And like I said, he's your size. So you can pick out clearly immediately that this is a child in the sense of this particular race. Doesn't mean he isn't dangerous. He does have, he's your size as far as height goes, but he's clearly got a lot of muscle on him, and he's wearing the same sort of equipment. It's just not as worn. It's not as used, but you can immediately notice the resemblance. But you also have to realize that it might be one of those situations where you're not familiar enough with them to recognize differences. So,
Well, I'll realize.
but he looks up at you, and you can see the panic in his eyes quickly disappear into want to resolve, and he stands up and faces off against you, and his little hand wraps burst into flame.
Uh-oh.
So much easier. If you don't
I'll
have to
speak
plant a
it
weapon
in
on
Elven because I'm not sure if they understand it, but I'll ask him to stop and make gestures to get him to stop.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't seem to understand your word. He doesn't move forward, but he's clearly in a fighting stance.
It doesn't help that I have blood teeth out either.
Well,
And you're talking to it.
You said that there were three of the potions that in his belt were recognizable as healing, or
Yeah.
so I'll take one out and set it on the ground and tell Graham, like, let's go.
How did things shift so dramatically? I'm usually the one trying to stop people from killing enemies or talk to
Because
people.
you weren't there.
But we'll skirt around.
Okay.
Usually,
All right.
John's the
What do you do,
bloodthirsty
Graham?
one.
I'll cast invisibility out of fear of this child on myself.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so Fenrith Graham turns invisible.
Okay. I'm still gonna tell him to let's go. And which direction did they go?
East.
Off to the east.
Okay, so we'll go that way, or I'll start heading that way.
You can probably hear echoes of my armor.
And you might see a glowy orb way in the distance.
And hope that that Graham is following me.
Well, you can see his glow, too.
He's invisible.
Yeah, you can see his glow.
His light source would still be there.
I see.
Actually, I want to be off by default
Mm,
versus the on by default.
yeah,
For roguish reasons.
for skullduggery and
You
the sort.
want you say that again?
I think by default we have our weapons and what have you lit up. I would like to be the opposite.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So, but are you going to follow Fenrith?
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on whatever this child is doing.
Don't worry, Fenrith. Even though I can, I won't kill you right now.
All right. He once you guys start moving away, he kneels down, picks up that potion, but he never takes his eyes off of Fenrith. And you, well, he does. I mean, he never looks away, but you can tell that he's trying to listen. He's trying to sniff the air, right? Like to see where you are, but he doesn't let his guard down is the best way to put it. But he takes that potion and he pours it into the larger one's mouth there. And he's whispering something to that downed hobgoblin. We'll do a listen, Fenrith.
It's now apparently stripped and
Yeah. Those elves, they just show up and take everything you own.
Should we kill him? Well, I don't know. I think so.
Probably the other reason everything broke down is I think we are the only two that speak their language, probably.
I don't speak their language.
Oh, you don't speak up?
No, I was gonna take it as one of my skills after the fact, but
Yeah, so Fenrith, as you're moving away, you hear him say something in Celestial. It's an odd accent to it, but that's definitely the language. And what he says is that they'll be dead soon enough, and we can get our stuff back.
They sound like players are controlling
Yeah.
them.
I'll whisper to Graham then, or where I suppose he is, to be on your guard for there's probably something up ahead.
Feel a dagger press into your back. Over here, Fenrith.
This is an honorable kill.
You're an evil cleric.
I'm doing the right
I
thing.
did the right thing though.
gotta stop talking about killing people.
Okay, so you, Fenrith and Graham move off to catch up with Casimir and Rohan. So, yeah, that's just a pretty straight, long tunnel, and it goes for a distance. Are you gonna try to walk fast enough to catch up to them?
Yeah. I'm as far as I'm aware, I wasn't sure if they were creeping up on him or if they were just going after him. Like,
Full on.
yeah. So
Instead, you discover that you're the only one visible in the party.
Okay. All right. So then, another few minutes go by, Rohan and Casimir, and it's still this straight tunnel. And you're not, I mean, you had heard that one echo from up ahead, but you haven't heard it again. Now you can clearly hear Fenrith coming up behind you.
We're moving too slow, Rohan. Perhaps it was wrong of you to pair with me.
No, it works out fine. We'd rather have them all there. Sounds like there's something coming.
And Graham, how long will invisibility last?
6 minutes.
Yeah. So you actually catch up to Rohan and Casimir and right as it pretty close to when that fades away, Graham.
I'll use the wand on Casimir without his notice, hopefully.
Yeah, that's probably pretty easy to do.
And hopefully I get a really bad effect for maximum humor. Yeah, Brandon, so I'm going to cast Cure Critical Wounds on Casimir.
Okay.
But he just hears a muttering under the sound of me muttering under my breath as I fail to get it to work.
Oh, you did. You got a 19.
I need a 20.
Okay.
Yeah, go on, just take it. Go on, it's all right.
Just take it.
Gimme.
All right. Yeah. So Casimir, you feel him try to put the wand on you, but nothing happens.
Yeah. So I guess I turn around right as he brings it down on my forehead.
Yeah.
Casimir, quit moving. I got it when I tried again, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he tries it
Wait,
again.
that's supposed to go in the tower.
It's all right. It goes off as it should.
And then I suppose I'll pop into existence at some point. Or into visibility.
Yeah. Yeah. Right as you're healing him.
Well, visibility to us. If you're that close and you're in the invisibility sphere that we're in.
Oh, is your guys' invisibility sphere still going?
It would have wore off, I think is what Brian was saying, right, when
Oh.
you guys came up. Because it lasts 6 minutes, too,
All right.
I believe.
So,
Yeah.
you guys have all caught up to each other, and Graham's become visible again. And finally, up ahead, you see that the tunnel changes. And what you see is that it branches off to the left. It continues on forward as well, but you're definitely coming. And you can tell by the floor that you're coming into an area that's traveled relatively frequently. So let me get you on the map here. All right, there you are. So you can see, looking ahead, that it continues on in a relatively straight manner, but also that there is a opening to the left up ahead of you. So how do you want to proceed from here?
Well, I guess I'll move up to the corner here and glance around into that opening. And I'll move silently as I do it to try not to...
That's not... Oh, so you're going to move past the opening and just look in as you go?
Where is the opening?
Right,
Right
To the
there?
north. This is an opening here.
Oh, okay. So then I guess I'd move to there.
All right, so just cancel that and do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you move up there.
And then peek around the corner, trying to be as silent, and I'll turn off my light. Is there light coming from out of there?
No, there's no
Okay.
light from in that room, just yours. So you see, as you peek around the corner, this room. So I'll put you here so you can see it on there. And this is a widened out cavern with a smoothish earthen floor, and obviously it's... So now hang on, I think. So yeah, you can see the bedrolls there, and then there's a fire pit sort of in the center, and there's some supplies and rotted crates and stacked up in the corner or on one side of it. And then further beyond, you can see that it sort of narrows down, and there's some rubble in there and large spider web, things of that nature. Now, hang on a second. Now the rest of you can you see what he is seeing?
Mm-mm.
Perfect. Okay, so that's what you see.
Do I see anything living in there?
Put a spot in the tower. No, you don't.
Okay. I'm going to assume I didn't miss anything and wave everybody forward as I move on down the tunnel.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and, show me where you want to move.
So yeah, I'll start
Yeah, so
there.
you guys see Rohan, he peeks around that corner and he looks back and he waves you on. So
Did I hear anything or
roll a listen.
in the tower?
Yeah. You don't hear anything in that room. You do hear some sounds coming off from further in the easterly direction.
Okay.
Our lights are reduced, right? Was it like 10 or 15?
It's just you're getting the
No shadowy.
yeah.
Okay.
You're not getting the shadowy.
So I guess I'd keep Justin like 15 or 20 feet ahead of me then. So I guess I'd
Okay.
be there.
All right. So Fenrith and Graham, are you going to follow?
Yeah, I'll move. I don't know why it's not moving. Okay, there it goes.
All right. All right. So, Rohan, up ahead, you can see that there's this sort of mist hanging in the air. And, in fact, let me... Yeah, so you can see this mist hanging in the air, but it doesn't obscure that there is a wide opening in the ground up ahead, and a blood stain, which you'd seen some blood stains in that other room too. So
Okay. How long did that detect magic that you guys had on you before last?
It's up to 10 minutes.
Okay. Is it? I'm gonna call Graham up by me so that he can keep an eye out for traps as we move forward,
okay, yeah. So Graham moves up next to you.
and hopefully he has detect magic on him.
I don't.
Fenrir,
I was the
can
one.
you cast detect magic on him?
I think it's a personal.
Oh.
It was Casimir and I would do the
that's right.
physical
Yeah.
searching, and he would have detect magic going.
Well, it doesn't say that it is
I think it's technically because of how it's
because of how it's
Done.
worded. Okay.
yeah.
Do you have a slot in your ring for first level?
Yeah, I do now.
Okay. I can cast it into your ring then.
Okay.
Hey, Graham, come back.
All right. So you move up, or you move back to Fenrith, so that he can cast this into your ring. So Rohan, you hear that conversation and realize that it's echoing through these walls pretty well.
Oh.
Well, it's not going to matter between me and Fenrith. So
Yeah, I was gonna say those two are so loud with their armor that stealth is kind of a moot point.
And the constant he-hold CrossFit on top of that.
what are we doing that's CrossFit?
I know you guys had a trash can and you were banging it. It's from an older session.
Oh,
And you described it as CrossFit.
okay. I'll take your word for it. We have no proof that I was the one speaking at that time. Could have been a deep fake.
So
Yeah, once I have that, I'll cast that. And I'll also be searching the space 10 feet in front of us as we go.
all right. So put your trap search in the tower for me.
Heck.
Okay.
And then I'll be detecting magic as well.
Yeah, that room might be a good one to fall back to if we need to.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's also would be a good place to ambush the child.
Do we know about the child?
No,
Well,
As far as we know, they slit his
yeah,
throat.
when I catch up to
I don't even know if we know that.
Casimir, I'll explain what happened back there. Just didn't feel right.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think Casimir would be kind of indifferent to killing of a downed person.
But his
He could have had some
kid
information.
came up. I found some stuff on him that could be useful.
All right. So yeah, Graham's doing his, checking for traps, but you guys, you don't see any where you're at right now.
Okay. I guess we'll keep pushing forward. I'll kind of try and skirt around the outside to the top left of that pit to get around to the other side and kind of glance down in as we get close.
Okay. Yeah. Give me 1 second here.
Nope. Whoops. Am I accidentally grabbing you? No, okay. Yeah, I think while we're walking, I'll kind of start lecturing Finrith. Like, you got to be careful what you teach Graham. Remember when you taught him about that prank of yours and he lied to us for weeks straight? Or the other time?
Well, I did, and I didn't tell him that, or try to lie to him this time. I just told him to kill the guy, and he wouldn't.
I'm not talking about lies. I'm talking about what you teach him. Next thing you know, we'll be waking up with a dagger in us.
I don't think that he took to this lesson all too well.
Okay,
Thank
so
the gods.
Rohan, you move up, skirting around the side of this pit, and you see, I mean, that's really the only way you can do it.
Yeah.
And you look down there as you cross and see only blackness, right? So what, now you turned off, who's got the illumination?
I've got mine on.
You do. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So for the limits of your sight looking down there, you see that the sides are pretty straight and smooth. And, then it just becomes darkness as you look down. Graham still doesn't see any traps.
It's because they're all like arcane marks over our head traps.
And then Casimir moves up there. And now go ahead and move Fenrith wherever you want to be. But yeah, that's what you see, Rohan. So up ahead of you, you can see that it looks like the path branches in more than one direction. So.
Okay.
What was that little bit to the south? Was it just light?
Yeah, just
Bleed through?
I did the wall badly.
Okay.
So that's nothing.
Does it mean that the wall's actually bad in the game? Could I like run and jump at it?
You might be able to squeeze through it actually.
Well, he could just meld through it.
But I mean,
I
his
can't go
token.
out the other side.
Because the walls,
I can only go in and then back out.
yeah, right. You don't move through it. You just
He just merges with
merge
it. And
into
then,
it.
That's too bad.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what it looks like, Rohan.
right.
It goes in more than one direction up there.
So I'll try and get to the point where it splits,
Okay.
which is, yeah, I can't really see exactly where that is.
Yeah. So
Okay, so there. Okay.
right.
Um,
So from here you can see it splits in 3 different directions, and Graham still no traps.
so I'm going to try and find which direction people most travel using either track or search or something.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a track, or your what is it, survival or whatever.
In the tower?
Mm-hmm. All right, so you can see footprints all over the place here, of varying sizes going in all of these directions.
Okay.
And then, as you step up to where you are there, and you're looking around that corner to the south, you see a familiar undead looking right back at you.
Okay.
This is, it looks like the same one that had been fighting with Casimir.
Is he damaged?
You can't see any damage, but roll initiative.
I think my shield's worn off by now.
Oh, okay.
Initiative.
I need to give up this stealth stuff when we're in caverns like this and just start firing my arrows ahead of me everywhere I go. Just fire into the darkness constantly.
Well, we got that wand to fireball. We just launched that.
Every 20 feet, just...
We give it to Graham and see if he can split it into 2.
Okay, so... Yeah, so Rohan, you come around the corner and you see that thing standing there, and that is your move. Your turn. You've got the initiative.
Okay. I'll call out, I found the skeleton guy.
Found him.
Move back 5 feet and fire some arrows at him. I'll just do the standard action many shot.
Okay.
So target him. Oh, I don't like the rest of those things that just popped up.
Yeah, you do see some more as you step back into that particular spot from up in those directions.
So yeah, that was...
All right, so your attack hits,
Okay.
So you've, 2 arrows?
Yeah, 2 arrows.
Yeah, slam into him. Go ahead and roll damage. All right, so 10 damage and 9 damage.
Yep.
So both of these stab into its chest, and electricity sparks across the leather that it's wearing, and it arcs between, because it's got a lot of buckles. Think of like a Cenobite, that sort of clothing, and it reacts in the sense that physical force struck it, but you don't see any sort of pain or anything on its facial features.
Okay.
Is that your move?
Yep, that's it.
What was this in the center here next to me, Brandon?
What?
I don't know.
A pit
Like,
or
pit?
a pillar?
is it a pit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't see you guys anymore.
Yeah, can't see you either.
Yeah, so now you hear the hoarse, it sounds like a breathing through a sore throat sort of sound coming from up to the northeast there, and this a familiar sight. Another one of those bloated corpse rushes down.
So I can see 4 of them. Are any of them the ones that we caused to flee?
You don't have the time to look close enough to be able to tell. You don't see any damaged ones.
Okay.
And that's the best you can tell at this moment. But it moves down to attack you. And it's got its massive, bloated, rubbery-looking fist that it swings at you.
That was the sound of its fist.
Yep. He was LARPing for us.
And I'm going to go ahead and do its attack. So be warned, at any time I will do its attack and tell you what happens.
Okay.
And it's going to happen at any time.
Suppose
And there it is. So swings its fist, but it misses. These things you've fought before and noticed they're pretty clumsy. So, it swings this fist, and you can tell it would have hurt if it hit you, but it's not really even close. And that's its turn. But this one, it raises its arms with its, like I had explained, this thing's fingers. I had said a foot long. They're actually 2 feet long for this one. Basically just bone, sharpened bone. But it raises them both towards you, Rohan, and they just shoot out towards you. But luckily for you, they both miss. So you sort of dodge back and duck a tiny bit, and you hear them, as they whoosh by, and there's this sort of shh sound as they retreat back into it. But that's its turn. And then Rohan, this one that came and attacked you, you can see another one come up behind it, and it's stopped behind it for right now. And that brings us to you, Fenrith. So Fenrith, you hear some fighting. All you've heard so far is the snap of Rohan's bow, and you can hear the footwork on the stone shuffling around, and you heard that hoarse, like, undead moan that you recognize. But that's all you know for right now.
Didn't Rohan say that we found him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he said something to that effect.
Yeah, I think I said I found one of them.
Okay. So, would I be able to make it up to here?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
You can move through your companions. Well, hang on. Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
So go ahead and do it again. Yeah, you can push past your companions. Okay?
All right.
So from there, you can sort of see that, looking around that corner, you can see that bone claw. And then you can see the 2 that Rohan has on him. The one in front of him that's attacking him, you can see. The other one you saw as you moved on your way here, but now the wall is obscuring it. So,
Okay. So I will cast this divine power on myself.
okay.
Is that the one that makes you big?
No, that's
Okay.
the one that gives me makes my attack bonus.
Yeah.
How long does it last?
That would be
10 rounds?
I believe 10, yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then I will draw my sword as part of the move action.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, draw a sword as part of move action and ready my attack action. Or sorry, I cast a spell. That is the end of my turn.
Okay. All right, Casimir.
All right, I'm going to cast shield, or
Okay.
attempt to. What did I get? Okay, I succeed in casting it.
All right.
Oh, did that twice. Don't know why. And then I'll move up to there if I'm able to.
Okay.
And as part of that move action, I'll ready my trident in 2 hands. That's my turn.
All right. Yeah, you're able to move up there. So you got to push through. I don't know why I didn't. You wanted to be here?
Yeah, if I can't go to the diagonal left one down, if I can't be there, I'd go to there.
Yeah, you can be here.
Because I technically couldn't see what was...
Yeah, you can be here.
Yeah.
All right. So let me get... All right. That brings us to you, Graham.
So I just want to pull out the wand of magic missiles and try to cast it at Bone Claw Fighter 4.
Blood Hulk Fighter 4, you mean?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay.
Let me get you my percentile.
All right. It works as intended.
For 7 points of damage. That's it for me. Well, I'll set my dodge against that same one I'm targeting.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So these magic missiles slam into it, and ooze pops out of it, like I explained last time. And then another one comes tearing around this corner up here, and it moves right up to you, Casimir,
All right.
and it will attack you. Let's ignore that. Let's take that off of there. We'll do its attack, not its damage. All right, so yeah, it comes up and swings at you, but misses. And let's see what else. That brings us to Rohan. Your turn.
All right. I don't really have a whole lot of places to move.
Oh, you're going to get attack opportunity.
Yeah, almost no matter what I do. Well, suppose I can lessen that by 5 foot stepping there, and then full attacking the Bone Claw.
Okay.
He'll get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'll do it.
It's like one of those puzzle games where you slide the tiles around to try and get them in the right spot when you have one empty space.
All right. Yeah. So as you step forward, he slashes out with his claws and hits you for 16 damage.
All right. So then, yeah, I guess I'll continue to target him for now, and 3 arrows at him. Oh.
All right. You've got 2 hit and 1 miss.
All right.
Yeah, for 10 damage and 11 damage. So 2 more arrows stunk into him. Anything else for your turn?
And I think that's all I can do. So on to Blood Hulk Fighter 4. On the Graham has now angered.
Why are you angering people, Graham?
Yeah, it's still focused on you. Yeah, so it comes up and swings but misses again. And this Bone Claw will attack you. And both of those attacks are misses. So this one will come down
Attack opportunity? Yeah. Okay.
and attack Fenrith. But yeah, Casimir, you get an attack on it. And so do you, Graham. Well, what? I think everybody does.
Everyone except Rohan?
Yeah, I think he's in place for it.
I don't know if I can do an attack of opportunity with a bow.
Okay.
There's a spell for that,
I
though.
wasn't
Yeah, I saw
targeting him.
Oh, yeah.
The 22 hit.
Yeah.
28?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so you both hit Fenrith and Casimir. Graham, did you want to do your attack of opportunity?
I didn't have a melee weapon out.
Okay. So yeah, then you do Casimir does 20 damage and Fenrith 18 damage to it. So, ooze and blood and pus come popping out of it. But it swings at you, Fenrith, and hits you for 12 damage. And that brings us to you, Fenrith.
All right. I'm going to free action activate haste boots.
How much rounds do you got left on those today?
I should have 6 left on those.
All right. I'll put haste on you for 6 rounds.
And then I'll start with 3. Blood Hulk Fighter 3.
Okay.
And
So you got 2 hits.
that's the haste attack.
Yeah, 3 hits. Yeah, so you got 18 damage, 13 damage, and 12 damage. So you're just slicing it into it with this white sword of yours and carving flesh off, and just gore is just splattering all over the place.
And then that should be it.
And that's to you, Casimir.
All right. I will power attack and -5 from my attack roll, and I will full attack the one I'm currently targeting.
Okay. Number 3.
Yeah.
2 hits.
All right. So that will add 10 to the damage.
All right.
Add 10 to that second one. I didn't, the modifier wore off. And that's my turn.
Okay, so you got 27 damage and 28 damage. So yeah, you're just, so much has been carved off of this thing, and so many holes have been poked in it that it looks like a mass of moving liquid, but it's still up on its feet. And that brings us to Graham.
So the obsidian wand was in my other hand, so I'm going to hit Fenrith with that. And then I'd like to ready my move action to tumble away should anything try to attack me.
Okay.
The dice animation is pretty neat. Goes wild.
All right. It works as intended.
Yay, thank you.
That's it.
All right, so you heal Fenrith for 28 points.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this one standing right next to you, Casimir, will attack you.
Mm-hmm.
And it hits for 11 damage. And then that brings us to Rohan.
All right. I'm still trying to put distance between me and the zombies as I face this
Okay.
bone claw. So it'll get another attack of opportunity as I attack it.
Oh, it's a miss.
Okay. And then full volley of arrows at it. Ooh, does that critical count?
It's undead, isn't it?
It is undead. So roll another attack.
Oh, it didn't confirm anyway.
Okay. Yeah, so roll damage. You got 3 hits then.
All right.
All right, so 7 damage, 10 damage, and 8 damage. So 3 more arrows slam into it. Like I'd said last time, you can tell that there's some aspect of this damage that it's resisting.
Yeah.
You can't tell what, but
Speaking of which, are we supposed to be adding the extra 1d6 to those other zombies?
yes, don't forget to do that.
For what?
For slashing weapons or
Yeah,
piercing
slashing
weapons.
or piercing.
I have not done that.
Yeah, you guys have been. I forgot about it. So. All right, Ron, is that your turn?
Yeah, I'll move it on to Blood Hulk Fighter 4.
All right, so we'll just add that now. For sure, number 3 is dead. So it just sort of melts into a gooey puddle.
Now that I'm out of its 10-foot sphere, you can have it explode and cover the rest of them with a viscera.
Yeah.
Although I think I'm still covered from the last combat.
Yeah, I think Casimir's to the point where he might be able to pass as one of them.
Yeah, you guys are pretty filthy, pretty covered in gore and bile and what have you.
I need to get combat expertise if I'm going to keep this nose-to-nose combat going.
All right, so yeah, there's the body of goo and laying there that'll cost an extra movement to get through, but But number 4 here will target you, Fenrith, and it will attack you. But it's a miss. And then Bone Claw will full attack you, Rohan.
Yep.
And one of its attacks hits and does 11 damage to you. And that will bring us to Fenrith.
All right, I'll 5 foot, and then I will full attack on number 4.
Okay. All right, so 3 hits.
Don't forget the extra d6. Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, you do 13 damage, 16 damage, and 14 damage. And then, let me get this added to it. So it would have been 16, 19, and 15 damage. So, yeah, you just do 3 quick slices and, fat and flesh are falling off. Gore spraying into your eyes. And that, anything else?
Nope, that'll take it to Casimir.
All right. So, Casimir, your turn.
All right. I'll do the same thing as last time, except on the one right in front of me, fighter 2.
Okay.
I'll minus 5 from my attack rolls, and I will full attack him.
All right.
Roll another one to negate the crit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got 3 hits then.
All right. So plus 10 to damage. Well, it would be 2 hits. I think I was negating a crit as well.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So first one, second one, 1 extra d6, and another. So
Yeah, so you got 33 damage and 27 damage, plus 4 to each of those. So 37 and 31.
and that's my turn.
damage. And that's against number 2. Let me get those D6s added there. Okay. And that brings us to Graham.
Okay, I'll shout out for Rohan, you need healing. And I'll tumble up. I think I need to make 2 rolls for that one. I didn't know that, where that guy's position was, but I'll set my dodge when I get up there. So here's against 15 and 17 for the tumbles.
Oh.
Provoked on
Luck of
the...
heroes.
So who do you provoke?
It would be the second one I come across, so it'd be Bone Claw.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and use Lucky Heroes.
Okay.
It's meant to be.
Yay!
Okay. I was going to say that it's cursed.
Yeah,
And then the Obsidian Wand.
it's like a bowling ball sometimes.
Well, I was referring to the fact that I think every time we've used Luck of Heroes, it's resulted in lower.
It's not a lucky.
Yeah.
How'd it work for me this time?
Did you double click your hero point?
Yes. It's
Yeah,
above
it says
there
the
it is.
second
Used it.
tumble.
All right. This time the wand works as expected.
Here you go, Rohan.
Thank you.
All right. So yeah, 20 points of healing are done for you, Rohan, from this wand, and Graham comes rolling
Through the Eviscera.
through all the gore and the mess, and stands up, blood dripping down his face, and like a chunk of,
Every time he hits me with that wand, I want to play that scene where Mad Morgan gets released. I feel better. You've done the right thing.
Okay. Anything else, Graham?
No, that's it for me.
Okay. All right. So this one will attack you again, Casimir. Number 2 here. So yeah, it swings its giant fist and slams into you for 5 damage. And that brings us back to Rohan.
All right. Attack of opportunity again for firing with a bow.
Okay. All right. This misses again.
Okay. So 3 attacks.
All right. You got 3 hits.
Okay.
Yeah, so 9 damage, 7 damage, and 13 damage. Some of it resisted again, but 3 more arrows. So now, it's got 9 arrows.
Beginning to look like a pincushion.
But it seems not to be concerned. Just like I had said to Casimir, you can tell looking at this one's face that it knows what's going on. It's intelligent.
I'll need to start aiming for those eyes.
But this Blood Hulk Fighter 4 will attack you, Fenrith.
Okay.
But it misses.
Yeah.
My AC is a 27. That should hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you have haste on,
Oh, okay.
and it gives you an extra one.
That's right.
All right. So, Rohan, this Bone Claw will full attack you again. And one of them hit. So 11 damage from that. Stabs one of its claws into your stomach and brings us to Fenrith.
All right. I'll go ahead and start on the attacks.
All right. So 3 hits. So you got 19 damage, 20 damage, and 17 damage onto this number 4 here. And now you can, this thing it's only held together by the evil magic of undeath because so much has been carved out of it. It's hard to understand how it still stands, but it does. Anything else on your turn?
No, that should be...
Okay, Casimir, that brings us to you.
All right, same thing again. Here we go. -5 to attack. Full attack on the one in front of me. Looks like there was a critical in there.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
roll that again. And then +10 to damage on how many hit?
2 hit.
2 hit? Okay.
Yeah.
Come on. There's the first one. Oh, come on. And there's the second. And then 1d6, 2d6. And that's my turn.
All right, so this time you slice into him and stab into him with your trident, and with your last thrust, it just pops like a balloon and melts to the floor.
I guess I'll 5 foot, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And then that's my turn.
Can I deactivate my haste boots as a free action?
Is that how it works?
Yeah, you activate or deactivate as free action.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think I can take that effect off.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you got 4 rounds left in your haste boots for today. And Graham, that brings us to you.
Okay, so I plan to hit Rohan with that obsidian wand again and tell him to quit getting damaged. And then I will hopefully tumble away to safety.
Okay.
Wand failed to activate for me, so I'll be like, and instead I will...
Goodbye, Rohan.
I've already said my actions.
tumble away. I'll ready my move action to tumble away if that bone claw decides to turn its attention on me.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
All right. All right, Rohan, that brings us to you.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing again. Target it.
Okay.
Attack of opportunity.
It's a miss. You're just too
3
quick
arrows.
for it. So one of those is a crit, so we'll roll another one.
Does the 18 hit?
Yeah.
All right. So there, that should offset that crit.
Yeah, so you got 3 hits, so go ahead and roll damage there.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so you got 13 damage, 9 damage, and 11 damage. And, you're doing some good damage to this thing now. It's clearly been, there's large portions where you've hit close to other arrows, so there's just a big hole, and, there's nothing for those arrows to hang on to, so they fall into the ground, but it's got gaping holes in it now, and this black dust-like substance is sort of pouring out of it a little. Sort of like what's in an hourglass, maybe.
And then I'll 5-foot step to the south to try and clear up room in case Casimir or Fenrith wants to step in.
Do you want to take over here and I'll step
Okay.
down?
Yeah, it's up to you, man.
Okay.
All right, and that brings us to this one who will attack Fenrith again. But it misses, and the Bone Claw will do another full attack against you, Rohan. Both of these hit.
I failed to stop taking damage, Graham.
So it does 15 damage and 14 damage to you. Both of these claws shoot out, and one goes through your cheek and the other into your knee. And that brings us to Fenrith.
I'll 5 foot down.
Okay.
And then concentration for combat casting.
All right.
And I will... So I will get rid of my freedom of movement to swap for a cure critical
Okay.
on Rohan.
I could have possibly survived another round.
Possibly.
Yeah, you want to try?
I'm
All right.
okay with it if he wants
Already
to.
done it.
Oh,
Uh-huh. What?
that was horrible.
Plus
Yeah.
10, right?
Yeah, it
What do
should
you-
have been a plus 10.
I can
That's
manually
fine.
put
That's
that
fine.
in.
Put the 10 in.
Um,
So 17 total points of healing.
Did you have me targeted?
Apparently not.
All right, I can just do it.
No, I did.
So
I don't know
that
why.
that puts you to 51
Okay.
then. And anything else, Fenrith?
No. That should be it.
Okay.
I'll challenge this thing speaking celestial.
All right.
The bone claw.
Yeah. Okay, Casimir.
All right. 5 foot.
All right.
And then power attack.
It's like a conveyor of death.
-5. Oops, forgot the target. This was a 14 and 18. So,
Yeah, both hit.
okay. So, first damage, second damage, D6 1, D6 2, and that's my turn.
All right. So yeah, you stab into this thing now with your trident. Which one is that? Number 4.
This is a test, and it failed.
Hang on a second.
That worked.
Yeah. So you've killed that one
Okay.
pretty severely. So that's another one that just sort of melts to the floor in a puddle.
We're gonna have to make swim checks to get out of here.
That's okay. I can do
Yeah.
that. Fenrith's the one you got to worry about.
That's right.
Yeah. So that one's dead, and that brings us to Graham.
So the same thing I tried to do last time. I'll try to hit Rohan with this wand, but this time I'll say, "Yes, Fenrith, let's work together." And I'll tap him with it.
Just like when you wanted me to kill that child's dad.
But again, it fails to activate for me.
Dang.
So already the tumble action again.
All right.
I picture it like you're gonna cast, but then you catch like a glint of the creature's eyes or something looking at you, and you
Messes me up.
got in my head, Rohan. I can't help it.
Rohan. That brings us back to you.
So attack of opportunity again.
Okay.
Just one finger poking. Just
All right. So another hit, this time for 12 damage.
okay. And full attack. Is that 17 hit?
Yep.
Yep. All right.
3 hits.
So, oh, what is that?
Yeah. So 4 damage, 12 damage, and 14 damage.
Yeah. And then I'm going to 5 foot step, sorry, Graham, down to try and make room for Casimir to join the fray as well.
Oh, I could have gone to the right of
Okay.
Graham. He's gonna get an attack opportunity either way I move.
Unless Fenrith moves down.
All right. Anything else?
But I'm probably going to net him.
Nope, that's it. Let's see if I survive.
All right. So this thing, it lets out this sort of hollow cackle and steps back over the edge and slowly
Heal me, I'm going after it.
disappears.
No.
Disappears down the.
Hey, I can fly.
Yeah, but we can't.
I still haven't tested my theory about what happens when I hit stone.
If you land on top of him, does that count?
No.
Yeah, it disappears down there. And
failed to kill almost every major enemy that we've come across.
Yeah.
so now these enemies are slain, so, the noise dies down, but you've got the squishy sound of every step squishing in the guts and bile. All right, battle's over. What do you do?
I'd like to use that wand to heal Rohan. What was the bonus from it?
While they're doing that, I'll keep an eye out.
+7.
Okay.
Do you already
Gonna
got
go to
that?
the edge
Yeah,
of
I
that
could put it on him.
Yeah.
and fire arrows down after it.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Does he get the percentile roll when using it as
you're
well?
using a wand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do it. Roll a percentile in the tower.
I should ready for a charge if that kid comes down comes after us.
All right, so
You're going to polymorph him or something?
not that. All right, so the healing is doubled.
Nice.
I guess I could have put it ×2 on it. So, yeah, 38 is what you got. You want to take another 19 off, Justin?
Yes, I do. I really, really do.
Probably one more, I think.
Yeah, probably one more. It was,
That works as expected.
That was a good
Nice.
one.
That was a good one.
I'll hand it back to Graham.
If we come to believe that the unexpected is what is to be expected, could we then get all those bonuses constantly?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Huh?
If you were able to convince me that you didn't expect it.
I see.
I was what I'm wondering though is if we could somehow siphon magic from these other items that I picked up in order to aid us in equipping and unequipping our armor.
Yeah. Quit thinking about bad, Finrith.
Well,
All right.
it was difficult those first few days. I'm still
Yeah.
tired.
So with the wand, you get Rohan pretty healed up, and there you are.
Okay. Well, and we can't really follow it.
I could.
Well, you could, but then
I'm willing
you'd
to
be
try.
alone. It was,
Look, it will cap at 20d6.
when you were shooting arrows down there, how far down did it seem to go?
Game Master.
Seemingly forever.
There's also, where did that cleric go?
Oh, there are 2 other paths to the north of us that we haven't looked.
Well,
Where those undead came from.
maybe we should take a look at that.
All right. Looks like one might kind of curve back around. Maybe split up. Good old horror movie style.
Yeah. Nothing bad has ever happened to people who split up.
Well, we don't got to worry unless our light source starts flickering, so...
You want to go with Casimir or Rohan?
Either one. Maybe it would be better if you took Rohan, or we split me and Rohan up.
Okay, I'll go with, because that way you can follow tracks and heal with Casimir, so Rohan can follow tracks and I can heal him.
Casimir's just there to stab things with his trident.
Yep. And you better find something.
I think that won't be a problem. All right.
So you guys going to the northeast?
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we'll go. Me and Rohan will head this way.
You and Graham.
Oh, Graham. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, Graham's going with you because he's got healing
And tracking.
and tracking.
Wait, we're going northwest?
Wait, where am we going? Yeah, hold on.
Remember to right click and undo it. Right.
Yep, right click and you'll have the option to delete the move. There we go.
Oops.
What?
So you guys have it set the way you want it to be then?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Oh, went into a wall.
It won't let you go through walls.
It's been a while since we've been alone together, Casimir.
Yeah.
How have you been?
Well, covered in viscera and gore. Doesn't get much better than that, right?
I guess. Same as always. Laughs ruefully.
Do you see any tracks in here, Rohan?
I think my detect magic probably still going, right? You said minutes?
Should be minutes yet.
Yeah, 10
minutes.
minutes on him. So
Okay. So, Rohan and Fenrith, you move into that area, and you don't. I mean, there's nothing in there, but you can see that the path curves around to the north a bit.
Yeah, we'll continue on that direction.
Do you want me to detect magic,
Oh, right. This was an error. Hang on a second.
Rohan?
Huh?
Did you want me to detect magic? For magic traps or something?
Yeah, that would probably be good.
Okay.
There. So that's a better indication of what you see there. Yeah, so as you peek around that corner there, you see another pit there, and a chamber that doesn't appear to have seen much use.
You think those the pits connect?
It's a good possibility. Yeah, I'll go up to the pit and fire an arrow down and see what I can find out.
Okay, so you fire an arrow down, and it goes for maybe 100 feet, and then it slams into
Hopefully
stone.
Oh, it's not the bone guy.
And
Oh, how did you know?
when it slams into the stone, that area that's illuminated by the arrow, it shows that the pit continues further down, but it's narrowed to the point that the area where your arrow went,
be careful. You're going to wake up a dang dragon or
it
something.
can't go further down.
Yep.
But you don't see anything else in there.
Okay. I'll suggest to Fenrith that we try and catch up with Casimir and
Okay.
Graham if there's nothing else here.
Yeah. I was keep an ear out, though. We didn't dispatch that hobgoblin. A kid came out, and I didn't really feel like killing children.
All right, Graham. You and Casimir move up to here.
Yeah, I'll motion for you to go on ahead so that way I don't...
Trigger anything? Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for I think I can search up to 10 feet in front of me, so that's where I'll be searching as well.
All right.
And actually, do I have detect magic? Doesn't certain actions how does it work?
I believe it's concentration, isn't it?
Right, so would I have done something in the combat that dropped it? Do you have to spend an action to keep it going? I'm not sure.
I can't remember. Did you get hit?
I didn't get hit. I used wands and move actions otherwise.
Well, I don't know off the top of my head. You'd always say that Graham would be the tough person that would concentrate on it if you feel like getting rid of it.
Yeah, I probably would have.
So, yeah, it is concentration up to a minute per level.
Yeah, I thought it lists certain things that break your concentration for spells with that duration. I just can't remember what they were.
It's a standard action that does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Anything that would break your concentration when casting a spell also breaks your concentration when maintaining one. So, yeah, unless you were using standard actions.
Yeah, I did. So I don't think I have it going anymore. I could pretend like I do. There's magic all around us, Casimir.
Fenrith's gonna be so mad.
So, I guess, if you want, you can give me the ring and I'll cast it in that again.
Okay.
It'll be a bit lower. It'll be 6 minutes.
All right, Brandon. So that's what we'll do is we're just re-upping the detect magic before
Okay.
we spend a moment doing that, and then
Let me get my percentage. Didn't want to...
I'll move up to that where I marked to move.
Uh-oh. Okay, yeah. It's in the ring.
Okay. Oh, come on. All right. So you move up there.
What is the action for searching?
It's a full round action.
Like, could you concentrate on the spell and search?
That's a good question. Probably not, I guess. That's maybe why we paired it up.
Wouldn't you,
So if I have a spell that's concentrate, I have to spend the standard action each round.
so what would it be to do a quick search? I guess, would you add 10 to it?
I think you would need some sort of feat that I'm unaware of to
Looks
change
like I'm sticking with you and the spell is on me.
Right.
Okay, so I'll be moving along with Graham then.
It's just the old rogue wizard routine.
Okay. You move up here and you see another pit blocking the path. But you don't detect any magic or see any traps.
Do we hear the echo from Rohan's arrow in the other pit?
No, it's a little too far away at this point to hear them. But yeah, Graham skirts around, and you follow him, and then now you've entered into an area where it's like a smaller tunnel that curves up to the north.
Yeah, through this area, I'll be extra thorough.
All right, do your search in the tower. All right, so up ahead, Graham, you see a large stone door. Can you see it?
Yeah.
And so at this point, you don't see you don't detect any traps at all,
No glows.
and no auras.
All right. Don't see anything, Graham.
All right, let's take a look at this door.
Wait, I want to move away from Graham.
Just
Okay.
keep it like that. That way you go up and then you're like, never mind. Did you want a new search roll, or if you like, you can use my previous one?
What are you doing here?
I didn't know that I had stated I was searching the door for traps yet. But if we included in my previous search, then
No, it'll be a new search.
Okay.
All right, hang on a second.
Sorry, Graham. It's just a reflex to...
Master always said the real dangerous part is after the door, when the proximity lightning trap is triggered.
Chain lightning.
Okay, so your search, and you're searching for traps on the door, you say?
Yeah, and then the general state if it's locked and such.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you don't see any traps, but it is locked.
Well, looks like the door's locked. Do we want to wait till everybody's here, or just press forward?
Yeah, we'll wait. We can head back and get them more.
I fell down the pit.
Do we hear them coming? Or...
Yeah, you can
Okay.
go back there.
Couldn't see it.
So yeah, they'll be here shortly. Might as well get on it, I guess.
You like open locks on the tower as well, Brandon?
Yep.
I'll stop them as they're walking up when they're a safe distance away from...
Graham's opening a lock.
All right. So Graham, you put your key, your lockpick to the lock on here, and you're moving them around, and you get it unlocked. You feel it click into place, or out of place, I suppose. And so it has a distinctive sort of springing sound when it's let loose. But you hear that sound, and then at the exact same time you hear another sound just like it, but that's louder. That one echoes off the walls, and you also hear a ha 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 ha, right, come from behind the door. Anyway, a reflex save in the tower, please.
This is a trap one. I get a +3 if it's from a trap. If it's from something else,
It is a trap. Add your +3. Oh man.
I get a 1.
No, you just didn't get enough.
The curse of the Graham Rogue. He can find the traps, but the hard way.
New lessons learned every time. And another chance for Fenrith to work on his healing.
I think that Casimir has a good trap sense, is what it is.
Right. If you move back, I'll be like, there's a trap here.
Yeah, so you hear that loud spring, and the ground disappears beneath you, Graham, and you fall. So, Casimir, you watch that happen. You watch the ground just disappear beneath him, and he falls. And then
Yahoo! Disappearing into
the flap like slams back up into place with just incredible force, and it's loud enough to hurt your ears. But that's what you see.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess I would have been like mid-run once I saw the trapdoor open
Yeah.
type of thing, and then it just snaps shut before I can get there.
Fenrith and I are probably walking up going, okay, we didn't find it. What happened?
All right. Yeah. So, yeah, you guys move up. Graham just disappears and the ground slams back up into place. You all hear that, the echo. And now, Casimir, there you are with the floor back as it's supposed to be. And even though you just watched it fall away, looking at it now, you can't even see where the real one ends and the fake one begins.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to try to start cutting into it.
Okay. So, yeah, and then you guys make it up there.
Graham disappeared in a trap door.
Open lock can't be used untrained, can it?
Nope, but you can sure as hell
I have one
bash
ring to
down the door. Try it. Everybody stand on the thing and open that.
Oh, yeah. That's not a bad idea.
All right, you want me to try my open lock?
Yep. Do it.
Well, hang on now. You move up to where you are, Rohan, and you hear distinctly the sound of something approaching from behind you guys.
I'm going to move up behind Casimir then. I've taken my 90 damage for the day.
Oh, come on, man. It's chump change. Get out there. Back into the fray.
Okay. So yeah, Rohan, you definitely hear something coming up behind you.
So yeah, as I'm moving up to where the door is, I'll say something's behind us.
Well, the plan can still be the same.
I'll say maybe it's that orc kid that you mentioned.
No, it sounds big. It sounds big, and do listen.
Tower or no tower?
You don't need to.
All of us or just him?
Yeah, you can all do a listen.
Yay, I listen like Rohan.
Nice.
All right, so we got a 27, a 27, and a 17. All right, so you all hear it coming, and it sounds big, but Rohan, you're able to understand better what you're hearing. So you hear something that has 4 legs.
Okay.
Right? It's a, whatever that's called, quadruped. And, because you've been moving through these tunnels and you're getting to be sort of an expert over your life as an adventurer, you can tell, the floor has dirt patches on it and it has gravel. So you know the sound of footsteps on that. But you also know the sound of something scraping on stone. And so in your mind, you're picturing something moving towards you guys on 4 legs, but also with some part of it scraping or scratching on the walls as it goes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say something big. Some sort of a creature that's got 4 legs. Casimir, ready for charge.
But just in case I wasn't clear, Graham did succeed in unlocking that door, Casimir.
So we all have to jump and try and fall through this.
I can try and lock it and then unlock it.
Well, can't you just try and trigger the trap?
I don't know.
Let me figure out my base attack bonus here because I might be able to minus 10
Do you have
something.
stone shape?
It doesn't I have soften, but it doesn't work on worked.
And that whatever's moving towards you is taking its sweet time.
So 4 from the fighter.
Now, Graham, we'll go to you. So you're falling in complete blackness. So you have light.
Yeah, I'll have
if
to
you
turn it on.
but
yeah.
by default it's off, right?
I think as soon if in the panic state I think of it before I hit the bottom, I'll turn it on if I have that much time. But maybe I'll just stay in darkness if I do have that much time to think
I'd
about
rather
it.
not see the bottom.
Okay. So as you light up that, whatever, the light bursts forth and you see that you're falling down a perfectly worked square shaft. None of the surfaces are close enough for you to reach. You'd think it'd be about 20 feet by 20 feet. That's just the thoughts that go through your head right away. And looking down, as far as your vision allows, you see nothing but more blackness. So that's what's going on for you right now. You don't see anything at the moment that can change your fate. All right, so the rest of you, what do you do now?
You could push through the door.
Go for it. If that thing's coming, you probably want me on the taking up the rear position.
All right. I don't know if it's going to be able to fit through these walls. It sounds like it's scraping as it comes.
If you need to, I can push through first.
All right. You want to take the lead through that door, just in case the cleric's on the other way, on the other side?
Still thinking I might want to try that trap door. Like, maybe guess about where its hinge is or something, and
I'll move up through.
Okay. Now give me just a second to get something set up here.
You don't have Sunder, do you?
Sunder wouldn't work on the wall.
What is the one for destroying inanimate objects?
Force, was it Sonic?
Yeah.
I thought there was a weapon feat that you could take to increase
you
damage.
would just hit it. I think, doesn't yours do sonic damage?
It does Force.
Oh, force.
But the downside of sonic damage is everything hears it. Not that we're being stealthy right now.
We need the ring of the ram.
Yeah, just shoot upwards.
Yeah, just start shouting power up.
Power
Doesn't have any charges.
You might get lucky.
Yeah, you could roll weird on your percentage.
Yeah. It's true. I mean,
That's what I
didn't even think
just
about
start
that.
trying to activate all my
Yeah.
different ones. Give me something good.
Never know how it's going to react.
All right. So that's moving up, and Fenrith says he wants to move through the door.
Yeah.
So you burst that door open, and here, let me unlock it for you. So go ahead. You should be able to open it by clicking on it.
Ah,
Says it's closed.
Hang on. Okay, now go for it. Like, click on the actual little icon in the middle
Yeah,
of it.
that's what I'm trying to do. It's not. I gotta get myself out of there. It's not.
That's all right. Just go ahead and move through. So you move through the door, and you come into this room. Now, things change here, because, like, you burst through, and you come to a stop right in front of another pit. You manage to bring yourself to a stop, but you're in a chamber that it's worked. The walls are made, not just bare cave. So what it looks like to you is
Almost like a
masonry.
turret.
Yeah, it's a rounded section, and
Yeah.
it's got some crates. A lot of them are rotted or dusted, but there's a couple that are still seem to be holding their shape, and then there's another door off to the right of this room.
I want to shout down that whole Graham's name.
Okay. And then who's
See
next?
if I get a response.
Who Casimir, you next?
Rohan.
I think I'd be next through the door. Casimir's going to be keeping in.
All right, Rohan, you move up to here, and then you wanted to go into the room. Go ahead and move yourself in the room. Yeah, so you see all that same stuff now. And then what did you want to do, Casimir?
Not showing it to me.
I'll follow.
You gotta keep going.
I'm just taking up rear guard.
Okay.
Do you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to move in, Casimir?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you move into there, and as you had begun moving in, like at the very end of the hallway where it started curving, you were starting to see a shadow show up on the wall. Something moving towards you. But do you want to leave the door open or close it?
I would say let's close it. Do you think you can relock it and reset the trap?
I have no idea. I'm not a rogue. I just kind of picked up a little bit
are
of
now.
stuff from it.
Well, I didn't find it. I mean, it's possible I rolled really low, but if the DC's too high, he wouldn't even be able to.
Yeah, I think he'd attempt to jam it is probably what he'd do, and I don't know. Can you use disable device untrained?
Maybe.
Open lock. I've got a +6 to it. So, yeah, unless it's a really well crafted lock, then I should have at least a chance.
All right, so does anybody remember the falling speed, right? Like your first round, you fall a certain amount, and after that, it speeds way up and stays steady.
I'll say it's monster manual under flight, what's it called? Maneuverability?
150 the first and 300 the round after.
Don't worry, there's a cap, though. And you can tumble to lower it by 10 feet.
So if you're at the cap and it's still farther than what would normally
It's
be the
terminal
cap.
velocity is what they're figuring.
Yeah.
So you can't go any faster.
But the negating 10 feet,
It's just you hitting, right?
yeah. But like you would negate 10 feet. Does that actually slow you if you've like been at terminal velocity for a while?
No, it's just you hitting the ground and rolling at the right time.
Yeah.
Or probably like those parachuters that like do something like last second out of like reflex or something like that, and it slows them down just enough before they hit that they don't die. They just break everything.
Yeah.
All right, so you fall 150 feet in the first round, and after that, another 300 feet. And I think that's where it caps at, just 300 feet around. All right, so you guys bursting through this wall or this door into this room, and you see that pit there, and then you slam the door shut. Now, as for the lock, that's very simple. There's a very simple mechanism for that. It's got a sliding bar on it.
Oh, okay.
So you're able to slide it locked. As for a trap, none of you even see anything that could be something like that in this room.
Well, let us never speak of Graham again.
Yep. He's dead to us.
But that
Well-
said, we got a pit in here?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
might be able to jump down that.
That's what I was. Did I ever hear anything, or did Graham hear me?
Well, you wouldn't know if he heard you. Now, Graham, let's go to you. So you're falling, and it doesn't feel like it. It's you don't really feel like anything when you're falling. I mean, you just know you are, but now,
That up in your gut feeling.
yeah, but now you're in pretty much complete silence and darkness, and you can still see the walls on all four sides of you, but you're certain that they are getting closer, but not an appreciable amount. And then suddenly, as you're looking down, you see, you had been seeing a square shaft of light, but now as you look down, you see it spreading out below you, and you also see the glint of light reflecting off of something.
Turn your light off, man. Don't even.
You're not sure what it is, and then, but then you hit it, and before you've even had time to let it register, you've made contact with something, but it doesn't stop you, and you keep falling down, and then you can feel it now, underneath your back and your legs. You sort of fell on your back on it, and it's. You're still falling, but you know for sure you're slowing, and you're getting slower and slower and slower.
It's a giant spider's web.
Yeah. And then finally, you come to a stop, and it pops you back up almost gently, and then finally comes to a stop, and you're you're laying on it's a rope is the best term for it. It's white and clear. It's about as thick as your leg, and it seems to be made in a sort of grid pattern with like 5 feet between each section. So your first thought is that it's a net like Casimir's, but as you come to a rest finally and you look around and take a closer look, you notice that it's just a massive spider web. So where you are now, you can see below you. Now you can't see walls anywhere. You can look above and just see the beginning of that shaft, but looking around, you can't see walls, and you can't see anything below you. So all you can see is darkness and the web that you're on.
Well, nothing for it but to cut the web. I rather prefer falling.
Escape artist, too, potentially, I guess. Burn it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just lay there and be still for a moment and just ever so slowly move my eyeballs around where I can see.
Okay.
Oh, after we fought those spiders the first time, did you interrogate Rohan on the nature of the creatures?
No, I just know there's one here somewhere.
All right. Yeah. So you're laying there, and this web is like you're still bouncing. It's like you're on a waterbed for a second, for a few moments, because it's massive.
This has been a Death Watch production. Thank you for listening.